Greetings, everyone. This is Elizabeth. Welcome to Watercolor Wednesday, where once a month on a Wednesday, what Wednesday, we don't know. Probably one of these Wednesdays, right? Wednesday watercolors. I bought a watercolor book just for Watercolor Wednesdays. So we can watercolor along once a month and fill out our book. It'll take 2 years. 48 pages. 48 pages. It'll be 4 years if we do both sides. But maybe we'll just do one side and take 2 years to fill this. Once a month. We can do it. But I'm excited. Does that mean I'll not do watercolors any other times? No. I'll do watercolors on other days, but on Watercolor Wednesdays, this is our book. This is our book. And Watercolor Wednesdays is going to be a little bit different than a lot of my lives. We're going to practice in the book, and then we're going to do it again on a card. What? I know! So, let us say hello to all of our friends hanging out in the chatty chat on Watercolor Wednesday. Jay, hello sir, how are you doing? Anna Moret, hello. Mr. Jim Eber, how are you doing? Maddie the Emptiness Scrapper, hello. T, my friend who is not afraid of color, how are you doing? How is everyone doing? Oh my gosh, you guys. So first things first, we're gonna take this off. Are we gonna take this off? We're gonna take it off. We're gonna take the little bandage off. Probably not, because we can't get a hold of it. Here we go. So I just purchased this one at Hobby Lobby. This one is a Master's Touch. This is a watercolor thing. There's 24 sheets. Okay, front and back makes 48 pages. That's one page a month, right? 12 months. So yeah, it's 10 by 7. It's 140 pound, 300 GSM. GSM is kind of what you're looking for when you want thick. So I'm excited, you guys. So the book, yay, the first page is not glued to the second page. That makes me happy. I already have another book where they're glued together. But check this out. It's got a bookmark. So on our first page, I did pull this out. You know, so these were in an old photo box, right? Jenna, hello. Oh no. T's AC. Oh, I hope the mic can fix it too. Broken AC is no bueno. I don't know what it is about this photo, but I thought it was a nice photo. I like trees in all states. Like, I like a fresh, vibrant, young tree, old grandpa trees, dead trees. Because, you know, I could imagine if somebody chopped down this dead tree and then made things with it. Made things with that dead tree. Like, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna try to do this. We're gonna practice here, see what we can figure out, and then we're gonna do an Simon Hurley watercolor. Oh no, don't fall off. No, don't fall off. And then we're gonna take a piece of Simon Hurley watercolor, okay, which is 110 pound. 110 is plenty. This being 140 is insane. I should probably put this little sticker on the inside so we know. I think I'll do that. We're going to save that. But we're going to take the Simon Hurley, just one of them. You only need one. Simon Hurley Watercolor Smooth 110. Whatever watercolor paper you have is just fine. PJB Stampa, hello, hello. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Lots of tree carving with chainsaws back in, right? P&W, though. Pacific Northwest. Yeah. Cordelia, hello, hello. Date to the casino. Awesome. So we're going to set, and look at how nice and white that is. But sometimes white isn't what you want. Sometimes cream is not what we want. We're going to do this. We're going to grab a filbert today. I don't know. Sounds good. We're going to grab a round because we have our little sticks. So we'll do round. And then, yeah, we have our grass. So then I'll grab another filbert. Maybe not so big. And we're going to grab a napkin. So we can do some clouds. We know how to do clouds with napkins. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to get... There's a little lake right there. I don't know if you guys can see that little sprig of blue. We might make ours a little bit bigger just because I might lose it. But it looks like there's a little lake and the trees just kind of come around and do some fun stuff. So first things first, we're going to put in all the light stuff. L-I-G-H-T. We're going to put in all the light stuff. And let's see, I want to be able, so you guys can keep an eye on the reference too. Maybe you want to paint my trees too. So what I'm going to do is we're going to grab, do we have a little chunk? Oh, we sure do. Look at this. Because we always have chunks of mint tape. Did you guys see that Ranger ink? I think it's Dana Weekly. Has brought into her line a low tack tape that can double as washi, which means it's a little bit stickier than this. In my mind, if it can double as washi, it's going to be a little bit stickier than our mint tape. But it's pink. It's pink. It's a pinkish purple. But there. So we're going to put that there for you guys. Okay. And then we're going to attempt to do this. We've got somewhat clean water. We need one more jar. We need another jar. We need 2 jars. We need a jar to do the dirty water. Dirty. To do the dirty work. And then we need a jar to pick up some clean water. Because sometimes we don't want the browns in our greens or the greens in our browns or even our browns in our blues. Right? So, there's our clean water. Will I remember that? Probably not. Aw, PJB Stamper got a fall crop and create. We had a kitchen pizza, yeah. Scratch that. It's a reference photo. Yes, it is a reference photo. That's what we're doing today. Anna Moret! Oh, how cute. A white unicorn with rainbow hair. Thank you. Okay. You guys. Anna, she spoils me. Oh, before we begin, you guys, if you didn't see over on Debbie J's channel. It's a long video because we were live from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Well, 5 to 8. But I made this. Oh, the things. And then I was so pumped that when I did my TikTok Tuesday, I made this. And if you watched the video, or maybe if you hung out with us on Debbie J's channel on Tuesday, yesterday, I had this background. So when I was making this, all the extra blues and stuff, I was picking up with this. But then I took and embossed it with the skulls, and then brayered on some black, the Black Widow. And then for this one, I used this rose, and then we cut it so it like bursts open. Look, and then we made it a shaker, because it's shakey shake. And I put some glitter in there. Sorry, Pam, don't look. Yeah. So I was really excited. So TikTok Tuesday, I made that. Ginger Cat Lady, she spoils you too. She's so generous. Isn't it lovely though? I almost dropped Stephanie's name. She gets this. I gotta mail this out. That out. All right. So, Ginger Cat Lady, Instagram message, please. I don't know if you've replied back, but I replied because I don't know. Let me know, Ginger Cat Lady. Is that paper or leather? Right? Okay, so because I inked it up so much. I mean, there's reds, there's browns, there's blacks. I inked this and then put some solar paste on so it got that nice shine. But it feels like leather. It feels really cool. And this is the scrapbook.com mixed media paper. And it just takes all of that ink. I mean, a lot of ink, you guys. And then we did the backside with black. And again, we put some Astro Paste. Black Widow Astro Paste on the back of the paper. But yeah, it does. It feels so cool. And then we put Astro Paste on the edge. I don't know. Ooh, it's so nice. But yeah, that one doesn't get mailed. That's a stay-at-home one. Okay. Now, where was I? I know. So, hopefully, next Watercolor Wednesday, we won't take so long to start. But I have to turn on my fan. Hold on a sec. It's not quite cool enough for AC, but it's definitely a little bit toasty up here. Okay. I'll finish filling out the form. Okay. So, first things first. We want to do the light colors. So, that's all of the sky. And then this patch of stuff here. And our trees. Now, on our trees, we could... Because the color of, when you capture, it does give it kind of a blue hue to the tree. So we can try and paint over everything. Or we can mask it. I'm kind of nervous because we have this dark green, which will go in later. But we want it to be kind of even. Let's get the masking fluid. We can do this. Or maybe not. You know that saying, use it or lose it? That might be this. This may have been lost. I've had it for a long time, but I've never used it. Look, it's still in the package. Because I always thought, oh, we can do this. Seems to be mixing up pretty good, though. We'll find out. We'll find out. And we're just going to do masking for our light colored trees. Because this is like dang near black, so it'll go right over everything. Do. Karen, hello. Yeah, shakey shake. We're shaking. Shaking. How is Karen? But you will have a bunch of bubbles. That's all right. We know how to pop a bubble. Hopefully. Okay, let's not open it over the paper though. It got crusty in the neck. Ew! That's so weird. Let's see if we can get this out of here. Look at it's. Oh my goodness! We're gonna drop that in the garbage. Don't mind. Ooh, it's stinky. Don't smell it. I don't know. Oops. And don't tap it with the lid off. Okay, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does, it does. Okay, so what does it say? Apply to damp or soft size paper. Remove after use. Wipe the edges. Do not apply on... Oh, do not apply on damp or soft size paper. Remove as soon as dry. Apply use. Wipe the edges of the bottle. Okay, so we're going to go in with our little bitty round brush. And we're going to pick it up and then roll out the bubbles. I don't know. Is that how that works? Okay. We'll see. And so we've got our photo. And so I'm not going to paint all the way to the edge. We're just going to practice. We're going to put our little bitty tree right there. Then we're going to come over and down. And then we're going to have this tree. It kind of goes over a little and then up. And he goes way up, way taller than this little stick. And then he's got some off branches, and he needs to be a little bit fatter. So we're gonna get this in there. I don't even know. We'll see. And then he's got a little bump there. I've never used this stuff before, apparently, because it was still closed. So we're just painting it on as if, and he's got like this little branchy outy bit there. And he's a tree, so nothing has to be perfect. We love that about trees. Okay, and then there's this little stump. He's like up a little, but he's like right here. And he's just a little stumpy guy. And then we have this little guy, which is kind of closer. And he goes all the way up. And we're just going to take that all the way up. And he's got a little branch that comes up and all the way up too. And then there's another little guy right here. He's a little back though. And then he kind of gets lost in the other tree. So we're going to do that. And then there is a tree here, but he's super dark, so we're not going to worry about that. Okay? So hopefully our little masking magic will come off the page. And if it doesn't, it's okay. And then it's going to dry and do its thing. I hope. Dirty water. Put that in the dirty water. And then it said to clean the neck of this because you want it nice and sealed. So there's that. Okay. Adelaide, hello, hello. Okay, so then we're gonna put in some water. We're gonna do a wet on wet for our sky because I like that. Do I need to make that dry? Like, I don't wanna make it go all over the place, right? Yeah. Okay, let's. Do we want to make it dry? Guys, I don't know. Hi to all the crazy crafters. I know, right? So we're going to get our tool out. And then we're just going to see if a little bit of heat I don't know. Okay. Hit it with the heat, says Karen. Yes! I'm hitting it with the heat. Whack, whack. No, wait, what? Don't beat up your tools. Don't beat up your tools. It didn't come off on my fingers, so we're good. Oh, I gotta clean my brush. I got sidetracked. Please hold. We don't want to leave our... Oh, man. Remind me not to use one of my master's touches for the stuff. Ew, it's all up in there. Oh, but it's coming off. Look at that. Interesting. Okay. Panic ensues. Panic dissipates. Yeah, we'll have to dedicate a brush to that stuff. Because it's like in the bristles a little bit. We're going to have to get our... We have a brush cleaning soap that's been around for eons. I will use that on there. Hopefully it doesn't ruin it. Bye, Miss Pam. Good luck. Okay, so we're going to drop in some... Wah wah. Okay, so we're gonna go and drop in some water, and we're gonna go over because we have the big tree that's gonna go here, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna get some water in. We're not gonna go down too terribly far. Little fuzzy wuzzies. Okay, and then we're gonna go in for some blues, which I forgot to activate our watercolors. Watercolor, activate. We're supposed to activate them and let them set a minute so they release all of their watercolory goodness, but I forget. I forget to do that step. We got fresh water. We're gonna pick up the lighter blue. And then we're going to come in. Oh, look it. It's masking. Yeah. We'll pick up a little bit more of our lighter blue. And that's about it. We're just practicing. We're doing a little bit. We're going to clean in the dirty water. Clean in the dirty. Pick up some fresh water. And we're going to get just a teeny bit of this darker blue. Because it seems to be like a dark blue over here. So we're going to add just a little bit of darker blue right there. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then we're going to clean our brush. Are we ready? We got our paper towel. We're going to make some clouds. We're just going to take a little corner of our thing and we're going to dab. We're going to dab. We're going to take the color away and dab in our cloud. I know, right? Look it. We made a cloud. And if we don't appreciate our cloud, we can go back in with some fresh water. We can go in and add some bits if we want. Like so. And then we can dab again. So we can get some extra cloudy bits. We have clouds. Clouds are in. Clouds are done. Clean our brush. Okay, so that part worked good. That part worked good. So now we have a mid-tone, which is there for our trees, but that's too wet. So we can either make it dry or move on to this section, which is what we really want to do, is put in our light green. And it's kind of a it's kind of a burnt grass. New team, assemble. Dropped my phone in the car. Messy pallets. Karen says, yeah. So Maddie asked, does masking fluid work on stamped images to avoid fussy cutting a mask? And then Karen, she says, Maddie, yes, you will just need to make sure it is dry. And then we have a new team for something. Murphy's oil soap will clean it up, says Dye the Messy Palette. Fabulous. And that was for my brush, the Gookie brush. Sorry. Crap. News team quoting. I got you. We got the funny stuff. Okay, so we're going to do, again, the wet technique. So clean brush, clean water, and then we have the tree line up there, and then we come down, and then we're going to have this chunky area down here in our green, which doesn't matter if we go too low with the mid-tone green, right? I think this is going to be pretty nice. We can come down here, right? And then we have this area where we can put the blue right there. I maybe should have masked off our little blue area too, but that's okay. So we've got that. And then we're going to get some of the brownish green. So we're going to probably take this one, sand. It's called Sand Ridge. Okay. And then I'm looking to the side of my paper to see where I put the water. So we're going to come in here. Oops. We got this. I need to come down a little bit, because it's got like this little V. I didn't come down enough. So we're going to do that and add more water. And then we're going to get our fresh, clean water. We're going to pick up more of that. And we're going to go right across here, because that's like super brown, right? So we're going to come in here. We're going to add that brown there. We're going to add the brown all over, even though we see green bits. We don't mind. And then we're going to add a little bit of a darker brown. I'm going to mix it into this stuff so it's not too dark. Picking up dirty water since we're just mixing. And then we're going to tap just a little bit right at the edge. And then down a little. And then this side is like much darker. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Jana says, I love watching people watercolor. That's fabulous. That's fabulous. Crafty Stamp Co. Thanks for popping in today. Hard to say. Yeah, well, we practice. And we dabble. I don't do it well. But I try. Okay, so we're going to come in. We're going to add a little bit more of that dark, actually, because this section, like right here, is kind of dark. So we're going to go ahead and darken that up. And then I think that's good for our dark area. And then we'll come in and drop in some of these green things. Some green. Let's try, not those greens. Let's get a different green. Oh yeah, look at those greens. We're going to activate. We're going to activate those greens. Okay. Bloop. Because I think, ooh, there's a nice green. Let's activate that. We're going to clean our brush. We're going to get some fresh water. We're going to grab this green. And we're going to dabble. Oops, that's too much water. That's okay. You know what we're going to do? We're going to sop it up. Like so. It'll be fine. And then we're going to try and make it not so watery. There we go. And then we're going to dabble. Some greens. Okay, and then there's some greens here. And I'm just using the tip of the brush and letting it press in just a little bit so that we get the roundness of the brush, right? And then we're going to take this guy all the way over to here. And we're dabbing. Because there's light areas and dark areas. So we're just dabbing. Okay. Our trees, we didn't come down far enough for this tree. But that's okay. So when we do our card, I think we're going to make these ones a little bit bigger. It'll be fine though. And then we're going to use the tip and kind of make it more leafy like. We're just add some texture. We're adding texture. And it's not green enough. So we're going to come in and clean our brush. Then we're going to get some fresh water and dabble dribbles everywhere. And we're going to come in for this 125. And then we're going to dabble a little bit of that in there. Well, that's nice. A little dabble, do ya? Okay, fabulous. So that's kind of dry, so that's looking good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the tree line that's up here. Okay, so we're going to get some fresh water. And we're going to leave this area to dry. So we're going to put this tree line in right through here and up through the blue. We don't mind. It can go right through the blue. And then we're going to leave a little bit of space for right through there. And then we're going to come down and touch that area. And then we're going to come down and touch this area. So there's like a half a moon. Like, I don't know. We've got the top of a crescent shape right there. And then we're going to add water all through here. Because we have that little lake. That little lake is going to go through there. So we're going to add this. Our nice green area. And then we're going to come in with a darker green. So we're going to do this green. And we're just going to tap it in again. Right into the blue area. like so. And then we go up the hill. Okay. And we can brush it in. And we're going to follow our glistening water line. And so now we've got our lake area. We fill this all in green. I like this too. I don't particularly like that, so let's go ahead and see if we can't get some fresh water and kind of just get rid of that harsh line and make it that. That's what we want. And then we need a darker green, so we're gonna get some of this lovely dark brown from that pan, and we're gonna add it to this one. And then we're gonna dab in some areas of that green, a little bit more brown. Oh, that's nice. And then this part is much darker. And we're going to drop that down. Might have got that side a little bit too wet, but that's okay. And then we're going to dab at the edge because they're trees, right? There's trees there. So we don't want it straight and fussy. It's kind of brown. I want it more green. Well, that's kind of a greeny blue. Let's try this one. But we need to dry it. We need to dry it a little. Because I think I got too much water. Got too much water. Okay. See, that's what happens. You get a little bit too much water. It's okay. Oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? So then we're going to come in. Oh, there we go. And we're going to dab our trees. There's a bazillion trees in there, so we're just going to dab. And we're going to come through here. And we're going to dab all the way down to there. Oh, I like that so much better. Little tree dabbins. Dabbins! That's nice. That's nice. Oh, I hope we can do this again on our card. Dripping his paw into my pot. Oh, no. I know, we don't charge for cat hairs. We don't charge for the little boo-boos that we do. Okay, and so we're going to let that dry, and then we're going to put in our super dark green all the way around, right? Okay, so we're going to get our water, our clean water, and then we're going to come in here. Even though the water was clean, we picked up some of that green, and it's all right. We're going to come in here. Come down to our V area, which we didn't put a lot of attention into that. Maybe we can fix that. Oops, not that way. I went too far. I went too far. Don't go up. We're not going up. Don't go up. I don't want that up. We're going this way. There we go. And then we're going to we have some water here. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and put a little bit of water in this area to create those little branchy thingies. And then we're going to go super green. Which green do we want? I don't know. Let's try this. We're just mixing. We don't mind. And so we have this. Oh, that's nice. Nice green. And then we've got a couple little blotchies that need to go in there. And then we're going to go thicker there. just going to tap that in. Okay, and then we're going to tappity taps some leafy bits. And then we're going to let that dry a second. Because I feel like we might have got... There's like a tree here. Or little branchies. And I'm just twisting... I'm just using the tip to do these little leafy things. And we can come up into here and do some... We can do them wherever we want, honestly. Let's just punch in some greenery, right? Oh, that's so nice. And then we'll come in and try and darken this up. But while we're waiting for that to dry, we'll go ahead and put in our nice strip of blue. Our lake is much bigger, and we don't mind. We don't mind. Ooh, that is not a clean brush. I'm glad I wiped it off on that, because I would have been upset. We would have had a green lake. And I'm gonna do dry. I'm not gonna get it wet. I'm gonna go right in, and we're gonna do dry. Where the brush is wet, but the paper is dry. Because I don't want to muck it up. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. Look at that. We did a lake. Oh, Deborah. Hello, hello. Oh my gosh. We're going to clean our brush. Because that didn't take very long, we're going to go ahead and heat this side. Oh my gosh. You guys, look it. Okay, and then this is almost black. I understand that. So we're gonna add way more darkness to our green. So we're gonna come in with this shadow blackish color. And we're going to make a lot. Okay. And then we're going to attempt our tree. So, do you guys see? We made a boo-boo on this tree. This tree. We'll have to keep that in mind when we do our original. This tree right there kind of just stops. But that's okay. Let's see. We're going to take this mask off. You guys, look it. Oh, that's so nice. So we're going to turn this tree into a black tree too, because this tree needs to come down into there. Look at that. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, that masking. I can't believe that works so nice. Even though it looked crazy. Oh, my goodness. My friends. Okay, so there's that tree. And then we're going to have this tree, which comes a blump of, and then it kind of goes up, and then it kind of gets lost into that tree. But it's kind of fat. So we're going to expand that. And then he's got a nub here that kind of goes off, and I feel like it goes that way. And then we have another nub that comes, and then it goes up. And these nubs don't let the light in. And then this comes down into our tree area, just like so. Okay. And then this, we're going to do our shadowy, oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's so nice. And then we're going to do a couple little sticks. Free sticking right there. Look at that. And then we're going to add our little dabs for our leafy bits, which kind of come up into there. Again, we're just using the tip of our brush. We're using a filbert today, because you can use whatever you're comfortable with, right? And then we're gonna just dab. When we're doing the filler part, we're dabbing a little bit more, like half of the brush. Oh, that's so nice. Our little dude. We're gonna grab a little bit of water because we're running low on juice here. Yeah, we put our masking fluid on that we thought might have been bad, but we just took out the dry chunk and shook the bejeepers out of it. You guys, we might be using this in our card making for when we need to do the masking, like Maddie, the MDNet Scrapper, said, because we can just paint it in and we don't have to fussy cut, but you know, we'll see how that goes. So we're going to get a little bit more of the shadow color. And we're going to go straight into the shadow at the edge. Oh, I like that. I need that to dry though. Okay. And then we can do our trees, which will be some browns. Okay, and then we're going to grab a little bit more of that shadow. And then we're just going to kind of fix our little but it's, thank you. So, for me, it comes together a little bit easier when I talk about it. Like, we need to do these steps because I have watched so many videos, right? And a lot of them say start with the light stuff because you can cover up the light stuff. Like, if we start with the dark stuff, we can't cover that up with a light piece. But if we make a boo-boo in the light stuff, like we did here, we can cover it with a dark stuff. Oh, and like there, we have a little boo-boo. So we can just go up and cover that little boo-boo right there. So, yeah, and I just, you know, from various other practices and plays, we kind of know what the tip of the brushes do. So we can pick what we feel like would work best. But it's a lot of practice. But this is exciting. So we're gonna rub out our tree. Woo-hoo-hoo, look at that. Oh my goodness. That masking. This one is Winsor Newton Watercolor Art Masking Fluid. And then our little stump. And then our little other tree. Oh, look at our little white trees. How cute. Jenny G, thanks for popping in. Okay, so now we can paint some trees. So this tree here, he kind of starts off in the shadows, right? So we're going to grab a little bit of this. And we're going to just kind of go in like so. And I'm just using the tip. And then we're going to kind of disappear it into this, right? Look at that. Ooh! And then he's got little bitty shadowy bits that run this way and this way and this way. And then there's a little shadowy bit here. We're just looking at this, and then we're going to come down. And we're going to soften that up. And then we're going to go into our brown. So we're going to clean our brush, and then we're going to grab a brown. And we're going to mix it right into this green, because we can do whatever we want until we get a nice color that we like. And our tree is going to be a little bit more colorful than the tree in the photo because, well, we're going to have a brown tree. And then again, we're just going to use, oops. I went a little crazy there. My hand went a little bit kooky. It's all right though. And then I'll get this little stick here. Like so. And then I'll get our little stump here. Like so. And I'm just using the same brown. And then we'll get this little guy here. We're just going to fake some stuff because, well, I mucked it up. We're going to come down here. And then we're going to get the round brush. We're going to clean this guy. And we're going to just attempt to make things for our trees. Like, we're going to get this darker color here. And we're going to make little bitty knots. Is that dark enough? No. Is it? Yes. And we're just going to make like little bitty texture-y bits. Color in all the white areas. So there's a stump. That's too much water. If you have too much water, you can just dab it off. And then this one's got all sorts of stuff that I missed. But we can drag little branchies off of there. Little bits. Get a little bit more shadowy stuff in there. There we go. And then this one's got like lots of things. We're just gonna dab little things. We're just going to stick in branches wherever we feel. He's not bad looking. And then this guy, he's got some more shadowy bit up here. This guy's got his little shadowy bit there. We're going to put a little bit more shadow there. Okay, and then we're going to lighten up that, and we're going to go into this where our masking fluid, leaving us some white area. And fix that. We're just going to make that like a big chunk because we messed up. It's okay. We're just going to make it look like there's extra stuff there. And then we're going to get some color. We're going to roll it on to the brush. And then we're going to just come in and draw little things. And we're going to just flick them off. Like this one's got some stuff. This one's got a little bit of leafery, but we're not going to add the leafery for this one. Because I don't know how I feel about that. Little wispy things. Okay, and then our trees are kind of floating, so we're going to come in and add some of our original brown that was over here, and we're just going to kind of give some texture right through our trees, like so. And right there where we missed that part. And then we're going to add a little bit of texture over here. Some texture is going to help hide things. Look, we hid the bases of those trees. We can water them out a little bit, so they look like they belong. And this one, we're going to add a little bit of green. We're going to go that way. I don't think it's too bad. ECR. What's growing on them? Picture, it looks like they have lichen growing on them. I don't know what that is. I'll have to Google that word. But yeah. So there's our tree. Our trees. We love trees. Because trees, they're not perfect. They're not perfect. But look at our clouds. Our napkin clouds. Who doesn't love a napkin cloud? Like you put the blue in and then you take it out with the napkin. I think that's fabulous. Now we're going to do it on a small version because we practice. We did the practicing. It took us an hour to practice, but that's okay. That's where we learn. We learn that we need to double check. We need to double check the length of our trees, right? And we're going to do it on a smaller version. Okay. We tried to do it small here, and we like this. We like this not perfect-y area. So we're going to do that. And this paper is going to be more like this side, I think. Okay. So we're gonna do the thing. We're gonna put that right there. We're gonna get a piece of copy paper. You know, I don't know, because it gums up when it dries. So, like, the neck of this was clogged. It was clogged where it dried. I'm going to set this on here just so that I don't have to move anything around. Okay. First things first. We're going to mask off our area. And I'm going to get... do I have a brush that I don't mind? Yes, we're going to use this guy. We're going to use this guy for our masking fluid. And I did shake it prior, but I'm just going to do it again. Okay. There's a chunk, so I'm going to throw that away. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to swoop out the bubbles. Okay. So we're going to put our little bitty stick right through here, and it doesn't go all the way up. Okay. We're going to probably put our water right through there. So I definitely want this tree to be here. So I need to bring this one down just a little bit more. I think that's where I messed up before. Because we can always cover the bottom of this tree if we decide later, right? So we're going to do this little kooky guy. We're going to put him here. And he's going to kind of go up like that. So there's that guy. There's that guy. And then we're going to have this guy here. And he's going to be a little bit thick. And he's going to go up and up, up, up and away. Okay, and then he's going to have our little weird piece that we messed up the last time. He's going to go there, and he's going to go there. Okay, and then he's going to have a little branchy there. And since we're doing smaller, he doesn't need to be as thick, but I still want to give him some substance. So we're going to just elongate this a little bit more. Or widen. We're going to widen him up. We're going to fatten him up. Okay, so there's that tree. And then right here, we have our stump. Our stump of a tree. We like him. We like this little stump. And then right next to him, he's got a buddy. And he's going to come up all the way off the page. Okay. I think we've got our trees. And then our dark one is going to come in here. And we're going to ignore that one over there. Because we did the last time and we liked it. Okay, off the page. Oops. That tried to dry already. That's good. Okay. So we've got our little stuffs. And we're going to make sure that when we do our water line, we're going to come down just a little bit more. There. Just a little bit. Okay. I think that'll be good. Kim in Alaska. Hello, hello. Okay. The masking fluid. The masking fluid is very interesting. I probably shouldn't have cleaned it with my microfiber towel. But, okay. We're going to have to like tape that brush to it. That's its brush. And then we're going to dry it very gingerly. Lichen is a type of fungi or moss. Interesting. I'll have to Google it to see what it looks like. It might be fun just to do. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, so we did the wet on wet for the sky, which worked really good. Now, when we go to do the sky, because we're gonna leave the edges, right? We're gonna leave the edges all weird. We're gonna do the same thing. We don't want to go all the way to the edge. We want to like leave it a little open. So we're going to take our fresh water, and we're not going to go to the top of the tree. Even though the tree goes way out, we're just, you guys, clean that brush. Don't panic. Don't panic. Clean the brush. Test the brush. Make sure it's clean. Then we get clean water. And we're going to come in and kind of make it jumbly, because this one was kind of straight. So we don't want it straight. So I'm actually going to come in and push it around like a cloud, right? Like a cloud. And then, yeah, we're going to do till about there, I think. And then we're going to get that pretty blue that we used, and we're going to fill it in. See that? And it's going to follow where we put the water. And then we've got that, like so. Come out just a little bit more with that. And go out a little bit more with that. And then we're going to get that darker blue. And we're going to darken up this side. Because on this picture, this side is a little bit darker. Okay. And then we're going to add just a little bit here, because we're going to dab it out. We're going to dab it out with our paper towel. And we're going to take our little paper towel and we're going to dab, 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 dab. Look at our clouds. That one was so easy. Look at. I love it. Paper towel clouds. Who knew? Who knew about a paper towel cloud? I always wondered, and now we know. Lichen. Lichen. Oh, lichen. Okay. It's a world. Oh, lichen. Lichen. Okay, so we have that. Then we're going to do, just like we did before, we're going to come down and do this brown grassy area, right? So, oops, I do that. Let's add the water first, because that part's fun. Okay, so we have our hill, we have our lake, and then after the lake, we have this little bitty area that kind of comes down to a V. Let's go up just a little bit more. Come up just a little bit more. So we're going to go in for this area to be, and this one goes all the way over. And then we're going to do our little V area. Get some more water. And then we're going to grab some of that brown and bring that in. And we did some tappity taps because we don't want it straight. And then, there we go. Here we go. Kind of our little V area. I like it. Little grassy bits. Our little grassy bits. Look it. It's going much quicker. One, it's a smaller scale, right? And we've done it. Because that's what practice is, right? You practice and you get good at it. And you kind of know. We've already planned it out so we can do it. And then we'll go back and add like we did before. So we did that. Now we're going to do this mid green. So our dark green that we have going on here is a little bit too dark. So we're going to get this lighter green and lighten up some of that. Okay. I did this wrong again. Don't mind me. We need to get some water in there. Get some water. So we've got our green area. going to come here and then it shoots up. So we're going to take some of that blue out. It'll be fine. And then we've got our green and it comes down. This green area might be too big because we want our lake in there. I want my lake like right about there. I need to add more brown. See, we've encountered something. Let's add more brown. We're gonna do super wet. Let's see, we're gonna come up, we're gonna come down, and we're gonna come up again and get some of that brown. And then that'll be good. Just wanted to go up a little bit higher. Clean our brush. Get our water. And then we're going to come in here and come down and get our little lake area right there. Okay, I think I got it. I think our lake is going to go right there. Okay, and then we're going to go in with that nice light green and dab in our trees that kind of go up. And then our water is going to go here. Here we go. There we go. And we're going to blend a little bit right there. We're going to have a nice dark green, so this little area will get fixed. We're not going to worry about that too much. And then we're going to take the edge, like, and do little tappity taps at the line right there for our trees. There we go. And then our little lake is going to go right there. It's so cute. And then we're going to come out a little bit with our green. And we'll probably dab over that a little bit more. But that'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I love our clouds. I'm really happy with our clouds. Petroleum jelly to protect the brush before using masking fluid. Oh, that's a cool idea. Harley! Okay. Well, I don't have any petroleum jelly, but that is good for those that do. I'm just going to give it its own little brush. Because I can't imagine, like, masking huge areas, if you know what I mean. Just little bitty areas. Okay, so we have that. And then we're going to go in with our dark green. Right? We're going to come in with our dark green. No, yes. We're going to come in with a mid green. Because we need to do the little greeny bits that are in here. That's what we need to do. So I'm going to add a little bit darker green to this one. Get some more of that. Maybe. And then we're going to tap in some of these. Oh, that's nice. Like our little bushes. Oh, that's so nice. And then that goes into our darker green. So we're just going to tap a little bit. Because we'll cause some overlapping and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Because that'll all be really dark. And then we're going to go a little bit darker. And we're going to tap in some dark areas over here. And we're tapping with the brush going this way to be like fake trees. Get our fake trees in there. And then fill it in more at the bottom. When you got to fill it in more, you just flip it over, right? Get that filled in. Little tappity taps. Make our trees. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And then we're going to go darker yet for this area. A little bit more water. That way there we can hide that blue line that we mucked up. There we go. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Put in a couple of little more darker areas. Just a couple of little, like, shady areas. Just because we can, right? We can do as many layers of the darkness as we want. Ooh! Ooh, I like that! Ooh! Yes, Vaseline is petroleum jelly. It's the same stuff. We don't have any. We don't have in our house. Okay, so there's that. And then we're going to do, oh, there's a water drop. Ugh. Don't panic. Get the water drop before it starts activating stuff. We got it. We got it. Okay, so then we're going to do the dark and then the lake. Do the lake. Do the lake. This guy could have been taller, but you know what? It's okay. We do the things. Okay, so we're going to get our dark shady color. We're going to mix it into that green. We need a lot. Because I need it dark. We need it dark. Okay, and here we go. We're going for the dark. And we're going to do this one dry, I think. We've been getting the paper wet, and we even got the paper wet for this one, but I think it'll be... No, we're going to get it wet. Don't worry. I changed my mind a lot. We're going to get it wet. We're just going to add some water down here. Kind of get that in there. Right up into there. And then we're even going to do this tree that I plumb forgot about. So this is going to come over and it's going to come up. And yeah, we're going to do this little tree right through here. It'll be fine. And then we're going to come down. Again, we don't want it perfect. So then we're just going to come in with our dark. And then we're going to tap it out into the other leaferys. Okay. And then our tree. It kind of comes like so. Trying to get a little bit more pigment out of there because I really want this much darker. There we go. go. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And then we'll get some more of that green in there. Oops. Is that green? Yeah, we'll use that green. Because I don't want my gray area to be like gray. I need it to be a gray-green. And I think that is it. And then we're going to take some of those and dab them up. Give some texture. Talk about texture, because it's not flat, right? We got to add some texture in there. There we go. There we go. Woo, I like that. A little bit more right there. Woohoo! Woohoo! I like that. I like that a lot. And then we're going to take that pretty blue that we used in the sky. I'm going to add some water to our thing. And then we're going to get this blue in there. And I'm going to stop before I get to that tree because that tree is not fully dry. So I'm going to be extra careful right there. I don't want too much water in there. So we're going to take a little bit of the water out. And then that's what I was worried about. There we go. Because I didn't let it dry. But that's okay. There's our shadow tree. Look at our shadow tree. Our lake. Our lake is so cute. We're going to dry it and then do the magic. Do the magic. Look at our greeny gray tree area down there. Ugh. Just, oh, so lovely. If you guys want to do like mass production, you would do all the skies on all of them, do all the masking fluid on all of them, do all the skies, do all the green, you know, make a big puddle of the color that you need and go from there. Okay, here we go. Woo-hoo-hoo! Look at that! Our crispy white line. Oh my goodness. This is like magic. So, oh my gosh. Why haven't I used this stuff before? Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look it. Look it. If you need a white highlight on something, just paint in some masking fluid. Oh my goodness. You guys, that is amazing. Ah, tree time. Oh my goodness. We're going to get our little roundy brush wherever we threw that. This is not the one. Where's the roundy brush? I know this isn't the one. This isn't the one we're looking for. I've lost a brush. What? Did I drop it? Well, where'd it go? I know I didn't put it away. I'm too lazy for that. Did I put it away? I don't know. We'll use this one, maybe. That's so weird. That's so weird. I lost a brush. It's possible I put the wrong one away. I don't know. But I need to, I need to clean this one and then use some gum arabic to put it back together since I... Karen says, yes, masking fluid is super fun. Right. The things we learn. And I've had it for a couple of years because I always told myself, I want to do watercolor. I want to do watercoloring. And then we're doing watercoloring now because I've been having a lot of fun watching videos and I'm like, I need to try that. I need to try that. We're getting some, gooben. Mary Alice, hello, hello. We need some browns, and again, we're just going to mix that right into the greens. Why? That's another thing I learned. They said that, and somebody out there in the thousands of TikToks and Insta Reels and TikToks, they say if you have, you put your paints and then you add a color to all the paints. So say like you have all the colors you want to use, blues, reds, greens, yellows, all those, but they don't quite look like they belong together. If you add a little bit of a color, the same color, to all of them, like an orange, if you add an orange to all of them, it makes them more harmonious. So we've been using the same green to mix everything, and I feel like it makes everything, like they said, more harmonious. More harmonious. Rumor has it, you now do watercoloring. Well, yes, we dabble all the time, but on Watercolor Wednesdays, which is once a month, towards the end of the month, we do watercoloring. And then we have Wednesday wheel of brands and materials, Wednesday scrapbooking, Wednesday watercoloring, and then a Wednesday or two of just whatevers. Because, you know, sometimes there's extra Wednesdays. Okay, fresh water. We want a nice dark brown. And then we're gonna do our sticks. In the picture, the trees are much lighter, but I'm doing them darker because I want them to look like this. Plus, I don't know how to do a light colored tree. Really? Let's just. Okay, and then. Do the dark area. Okay, that looks nice. This one has a dark area on this side. Look it, look it, look it. We're doing dry, which is just paint on the brush with the water, and then the dry paper. It's a wet on dry. We're putting texture in these trees with the darker brown. And then we'll go in with a lighter brown and fill in. And then we'll go in and add more texture to this area too, just like we did before. We put in our trees and then we added some texture. Did I get... I don't think I rubbed all that off. There we go. Okay, and then we can go in with a lighter brown. So we're going to lighten this up a little bit. We're just going to fill in. That's a nice light brown. Good job, Elizabeth. Sometimes. How is Abraham doing? Hope all of you are doing good. Sublimation Saturday starts next month. We're going to have Sublimation Saturday, and then 2 Crafty Girls Saturday, and then the Crafter Zoom, which is not on the YouTubes, but the Zoomy Zooms. Yes, Sublimation Saturday starts next month. And then we're going to take and add a little bit more dark for some texture. And I'm just kind of like squiggling my brush along for texture. Nothing fancy, you guys. Just add it in where we need it. Because trees are fabulous. They don't have to be perfect, because they're bark and stuff. Not like dog bark, but bark. Just draw some lines and some squiggles. Do the same line, a little offset from the last line. Do some squiggles. Okay, and then we're going to load up our brush. We're going to get it wet. We're going to roll it into the paint. We're going to roll it in, load it up. Okay. And then we're going to do little, very delicate drags. We're going to start on the tree, go up a little, and then shoot off. Okay? Start on the tree, shoot off. Start on the tree, shoot off. I'm going to start on the tree and shoot off. And then if it's running out, you're going to load it up again. Roll that in there, and then start on the tree and then shoot off into oblivion. There we go. Oops. We're gonna come this way, and then we're gonna go out of the picture because I think that'll be cool. Color in that little bit of white area. Okay. Gonna load up our brush. Come over here. Start on the tree, and then our little dead branches. And again, they don't have to be perfect. Just stick some in there. Just stick some in there. Okay, and now love trees. Who doesn't love a beautiful tree? Even when it's dead, it's so fun and fun. Okay, so now we're gonna go and get some more dark green, and we're gonna kind of hide all of our things. And yeah, so we're gonna get our brush wet. We're gonna come in for those darker greens again. Okay, and we're gonna just do it on dry this time, and we're just gonna tap. We're gonna tap right over our tree bases to help blend them in. Okay, so it's kind of, we're doing another dry on this time just to get our little bit, and then that'll add more texture to this lovely area we made before, right? Just tap it on there. Tappity tap, tappity tap. And this is separating. Leave it to do its thing. Tappity taps. Look at that. When we did it! 1 hour, 39 minutes. Just in time to see the finished. Look it. I'm really excited for how it turned out. Aw, Catherine, thank you for subscribing. I just looked up just in time to see that. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I'm excited. And this is our practice book. I guess I should have showed you that too. Like, if you need to practice and you're not sure, that's why we have it as a practice book. It doesn't have to be beautiful. We got lucky. This turned out pretty darn good the first go round. But say like you want to practice your trees, right? You practice on your practice sheet. So we practice putting in some water, right? So we practice what the brush going this way is to put in the water. Then we go and grab our color, and then we bring it in. What does it do? Oh, that's kind of weird. So then we bring in some more. We're not digging that, so then we go and add some more. You can test your colors out. Maybe you're making the color and you're not 100% sure. But this is our practice book. It's not meant to be always spectacular. There's going to be times when we go to practice something and we're like, no thank you, right? So we do our base color and we're like, oh, we like the shape of this tree, right? We can always do it light, and then we always can build up. What happens if we add more color while it's wet? Well, let's find out, right? So we're going to come in here with this darker color, and we're going to do a shadow down this side. Okay. This guy would be in a little bit of a shadow too. Okay. So we know that if we add the wet on the wet, it's gonna fan it out a little bit, and we can practice that. How much water do we need? Can we get good detail if we go straight in and do another wet on wet? Do we like that? No. But we're gonna finish it out, and then we're gonna try and fix it. Okay. Wasn't 100% happy with that, so we're gonna kind of work it out. Okay, then we know that that was not a great idea. So we're going to come in and we're going to say, well, can we fix that a little bit? Let's put a little bit of water in there and dab it up. Put a little bit of water in there and dab it up. Oh, wow. And then we find out it does that. Oh, I like that. Put that dark in there and then dab it up a little. Oh, look it. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. And then we just find out we can do these things. Oh, look. And then I do want to darken this side up. Pull that out just a little. Dab it. Oh, that's nice. Come down. Pull it out. So if we come down a little and then pull it out and then dab and then dab, maybe if we can get a hold of the dabber, dab, 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 just like our clouds, right? Look it. Oh, that's so nice. Look at all the little textures that we accidentally figured out how to do. Will I remember that? Probably not. So we're going to pick up a little bit more of this brown. And I'm going to come in on this side. Because I need that just a little bit darker. Just a little bit. And we can see how the paint plays on the wet on wet. And the layering up, right? Because we've done a few layers of the same brown. Oh, look at that. So do use your practice book as a practice book. It doesn't have to be pretty the first time around. We got lucky. I think, this because we talked through it. We had a nice reference. We were able to do the things, right? And then we took what we learned and we downsized. Actually, as I'm looking at this and seeing this, it's kind of plain in there. So let's, while we have the brush out with the browns, let's go and add our greeny brown in here. And we're just going to kind of add some texture in there because it's kind of plain. So we're just going to dab a little bit. Oh, that's better. See, that's much better. Much better. And I'll add a little bit of grassy bits at the edge. In our grassy bits, the brush is straight up and down. Is it perpendicular? Is that the word we would need? Perpendicular. There's that. So we added a little bit of texture in that area that was kind of flat. Little dabs of brush, like our cute little trees. I know. All right. So there's that, my friends. So next Watercolor Wednesday, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just happened onto this photo. So that's going to be... So we can put that photo away. And then we can take our little card. That's not quite dry. So I'm just going to set my book aside. Okay. Because we did all this practice to make a card. Now here's kind of a dilemma. We have this nice thing, but this is not so nice. So we can either cut, tear, or get a frame. I don't know. Do we want a frame? Probably not. Do we want to tear? I feel like I want to tear it. Oh, wait. What if we... Oh, you guys, what if we did... I have an idea. If this messes up, it's okay. It's okay. I've got my black card base. I'm gonna get... We're gonna, where's that tape? We're gonna hold this in place right there. We just want to hold it so that when we're ripping, we can see where the thing is. If it doesn't turn out, well, there's that. It's like a little window. Get off my paper. Oh, that's nice. I actually really like that. Oops. Oh, that's nice. Let's tear this just a little bit. Thank you, Miss Pam, for hanging out with us today. Oh, that's nice. And then we can do something with our frame area. We're gonna trim this just a teeny bit so that it's not sticking out on the sides. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it. Sometimes we do really cool things. What are we gonna do? I think we're gonna emboss this. Air hugs. Okay, so we're gonna trim this just a teeny bit because it was sticking out a little bit. So we're going to take like 1/8 of an inch off. Okay. Not too much. And then we'll glue it in here like a little window. Look at. But we're going to decorate this, and I'm feeling like it could have wood texture. I don't know. Do we want a wood embossing? Australia. Okay, we're gonna throw this away. We're gonna throw that away. We're gonna throw that away. Get you in the garbage. And then, do we want? Let's pull out our embossing folders because I don't know what I want. We don't know what we want. We don't know the things. Okay, not that. Nope, 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 nope. It would have to go like so. This folder is not big enough, but you know who has a folder big enough to do that? Oops. Do I have that one? Ugh. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Look it. There we go. Here we go. Simon Hurley to the rescue. Do I have leaves? No. No, yes, no. Do I have leaves? No. None that would be great on this. So, I am going to... Let's emboss the whole thing. Because I think that'll be cool. We're going to emboss the whole dang thing. Because why not? Why not? We're going to get this. We're going to get this. I just used this the other day. And I think it was C. Find out. Yeah. C plate. Spellbinder C. Yeah. Okay. And then. Oh, look at that. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh my goodness. Oh, and it's so nice because because I was tearing the wrong way. If I'd have tore onto the inside, we wouldn't have had those big gaping fluffy areas, but it just made those big gaping fluffy areas go away. And we love that. And then we're going to set this in here, and we're going to, oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sometimes. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I think it's fabulous. Oh, I think it's so stinking cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, so then we need to add glue or tape, whatever. I'm going to do double-sided tape only because this is an embossing folder and I want to make sure this is not going to just fall out easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? So we're just going to put tape on all four sides here. We're going to do the tapey tape and it will be fine. Okay. Thank you, Deborah. And then, granted, it took us 2 hours to get to this point. But that's what, practice. We're not all inherently great at anything. I mean, sometimes it just takes time. And if you want to do it, then you'll get better. If you don't want to do it, but you think you should do it, you're not going to improve. I hope that makes sense. Like, if you want to do the things, but you kind of, I just want to do the things, you're not going to get better. If you want to do the things and you really, really want to do the things, you will get better. You will get better. Okay, and then we're just going to close this right in there. Just like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and try and trim this bottom piece where it didn't get embossed. We're gonna attempt it. It's probably going to be too much for our chop chop. But chop chop, please. Nope. Chop chop says nope. Okay, that's all right, because we started the front and the back. So we'll get it. We'll get it. Okay. And the back. There. Oh, stunning, in my opinion. Oh, look at that. And then, if you guys are worried about the inside, okay, don't worry. We're gonna take our Accent Opaque 65 pound, nothing fancy, okay, and we're gonna trim it down. Okay, we're gonna trim it down. And we're going to stick that right in there. And we're not going to worry about this. We're not going to worry about that. You guys, it's the inside of the card. If they're going to judge you for that, oh, shame on them. We're just going to trim it down a little. So it kind of matches the top. Just so it doesn't stick out. Okay. And then one piece of tape. One piece of tape across the top. Okay, one piece of tape right across the top. You don't need to glue the whole insert down. I promise you. It's not going anywhere. So you can just get it in here like so. Okay, one piece of tape. Your insert is ready to go. Heck, you can hide a little something in there, but that's all you need. You don't have to glue it down. Just one little piece of tape or a little bit of glue across the top. Okay. And then there it is. Look at that. Oh, and we gotta sign it, you guys. Sign it. We're gonna sign in a glaze pen. Is this my new glaze pen? The glaze? Yes. It's gonna be shiny. We're gonna sign it in our shiny. And then, you guys, it's kind of big, but that's okay. We signed it. We signed it. Because we arted that. That's my signature. Ebeth. Oh, Finding Nemo. But there it is, my friends. Oh, my husband has left for work. I hope you guys try some watercoloring. Get yourself a sketch of. It doesn't have to be super duper fancy. I did lose my book. I lost my book. I wanted something fancy for our watercolors together. So I did purchase this, and I actually paid. I paid for this, you guys, because it was the last one. It was the last one. I'm like, I need it. So that's what we did today. We did that to that.